Behold, the hands that have caressed the back of Chino Marino. That's right, these hands have lovingly caressed, not lovingly, caressed the back of Chino Marino. We are here with the Deftones. Special shout out to Johnny B for this. He is a fine commenter in my Jive Talking with Shane Diablo podcast I put out every single week talking about heavy metal news stories. And he mentioned that the Deftones, and now I forgot to mention that at the time, but I said, oh, he meant Deftones, because he said they got a brand new one called My Mind is a Mountain, and we're here to check it out. Now, I'm seeing a still image here of Chino Marino's back. And I'm looking at the whole thing and I'm going, yep, I've touched all of that. Maybe even a splash of the neck, I've touched it. And I'm going to tell you how that is right now before we get into this video. I saw them in concert several times. I saw them at a small club in Phoenix, Arizona with Max Cavalera in attendance, holding his son in his arms. I saw them open up for 311. I've seen them so many times, and one time I went to see them. They were on tour with Downset and a few other bands. And, halfway through their set, Chino Marino goes up the top of the speakers. I mean, and it was a high up there on the speakers. And he was all comped down like a little potato bug. And he was doing his... And I said to myself, there's no way he's just going to turn around and fall back on this audience. That's too high for that. Well, he did. He turned around and just fell off and landed dead square right here. So you're welcome that you don't have spinal problems, Chino, because I grabbed you right here. I had the full of your back while everyone else was tearing that shirt off of you. You know, that sweaty ass shirt that you were wearing. Then when you got back up there on stage, it wasn't on there anymore. I was doing this. Okay, holding your back up to keep you safely in line, in check. It was an amazing damn moment, though. I was like, I've never seen anyone actually jump off the speakers. You've seen it in concerts or whatever on TV, whatever. But not before my own eyes. And to be right there going, oh, he's not going to jump off that, is he? And then he did it. But I love this band. I've seen it, and they're back, and they're bigger than ever, really. And so we're going to get into it right here, right now. Deftone fans, rejoice, because My Mind is a Mountain is about to hit. This is the channel changer. Takes us deep into the official video. Hopefully we don't have any issues, with the record labels or whatnot. They like to block things. And when that happens, it's quite the rigmarole to get it undone. And sometimes they just go, nah, I'm going to keep it blocked. So hopefully, I don't think Deftones are like that, okay? I think they're great. So if you're watching this right now, congratulations. Give Deftones a clap and say thank you for that. Going now. Here it is. Chino. And you can see his whole back where I touched it. All of that right there. Seems a bit low on audio there. Unless it's going to hit hard. What's his name? Abe on the drums? Just in the pocket. Got this turned up to 48. Lost some weight there. Good on you, buddy. Good healthy diet. Yeah, with Deftones, it takes me about 17 listens to get all what he's saying, but Yeah. Biding our time. Just lovely melodies in that, right? His vocals alone. They're like whiskey. Yeah. Raising our conscience. Raising our consciousness. Indeed, Mr. Chino Marino, you have got it. Just another exciting moment when you say, oh, okay, he's got it too. He understands. We are all collectively raising our consciousness. And for that, I love that. My mind is a mountain, and indeed, it truly is. What say you? Most important part of my videos is where you get in the comments below and tell me exactly what you thought of Deftones, what you thought of My Mind is a Mountain. Your mind is indeed a mountain. Your heart and your source, your soul is a mountain, and it is there, all for the taking. 3 days ago, 933,000 plays on this song. You know, there's a few albums in the later years of Deftones that I didn't get into, but if I put it on any kind of a shuffle, I'm going, damn, that's another good one. Damn, they just have this sound, right? Wouldn't you agree with that? So what say you? Most important part of my videos is where you get down there in the comments, tell me exactly what you thought of Deftones, what you thought of the song, what you think of their career, how long you've been a fan, all that and good stuff too. Good, great, fantastic. Yes, Shane, I'm a huge fan of Deftones. I indeed saw them many, many times, as you had stated there. I don't really know if I could count how many times I've seen them. I saw them on a Warped Tour. I saw them at this small club with Far. If you've never heard the band Far, F-A-R, go check them out. They were amazing with Deftones. But just saw them so many times. But all-time favorite albums, all-time favorite songs from this band. Have you seen them live? What was that like before your eyes? And who might they have played those shows with? Do you know that tour I'm talking about with Downset and something else, some other bands on there too? You say, not good, not great. Shane, I'm one of those people that I have a hard time with his voice. And, you know, I love that kind of heavy sound that they've got, but his voice is just a little too much for me. And so I'm not a huge fan, but boy, oh boy, man, if I could figure out a way to get that voice out of there and listen to it, I'd do that. So don't want it, don't need it, never gonna listen to it again. All of that can be put in the comments below, don't you know. If you got a request, want to see it on the channel, hit the links, put it in the comments. Thing about a voice like that is it's recognizable. It's melodic, and it is his. Nobody sounds like that guy, and that is part of the process when writing lyrics. If you're singing them, oh, and I saw my baby, and there's no melody there. But if you're writing lyrics and you're saying, oh, I saw my baby, there's melody in it, which makes love with the music. So, just a little something for you there. There's your thumbs. We're getting on out of here. Now I've totally spaced out. Oh, this was for me basically, but with a side mention of Johnny B there because he mentioned it at the Jive Talkin'. Okay? Deftones.